First one ever, I'm pretty sure. Oh, hello there, everybody in Facebook land. My name is Riley Saunders. I'm a village idiot. We are super stoked to be here like we are every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for Live at the Roslyn. This is a show we dreamed up where you can watch bands play from the comfort of your own home on Facebook Live and YouTube. Of course, if you're on Facebook, click like on our page. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us. And there's a ton of content. If you want to go back and watch any show, which there's 78 of these episodes, you can check them out on the playlist tab on Facebook, and you can see them all on our YouTube page. This is an interactive rock show. I should always point that out. Please click like and please click share. It's the biggest compliment you can give us in the band to share. Let's spread the love across the whole world. And make sure if you want to leave some comments in between songs, I'm going to read out some of your comments to the band as it's happening. So get pretty creative with that and let's have fun with it. As always, I got to give a quick shout out to the King's Head Pub. They're our head partner and they're absolutely amazing to deal with those guys. We're going to be doing a lot of shows there, but they have music every single Friday and every single Saturday. They have an amazing staff, great deals, and they're huge supporters of our Winnipeg music community, so we love them, and you should too. Anyway, we're going to kick it to the theme song right now, and then next up, we have the New Customs. Thanks, everyone.
Said, what do you mean? Winnipeg's got the best music scene. Jamming all night, you gotta believe. Music so tight, you never wanna leave. Drinks with friends, party never ends. Every single week at 8 p.m. We are village idiots. We are village idiots. Living in the moment, making memories, doing our part of community. Sing along from the comfort of your home, sitting on the john of your telephone. Share with your friends and spread the word. Best damn music that you ever heard. We are village idiots. We are village idiots. Love at the Roslyn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you the New Customs.
Hot streets and bald tires, snowy mountains and forest fires. Gravel shoulder, gravel voice, a good decision for a bad choice. Easy driving, headed west, when a couple guys in orange vests said, roads closed, up ahead. We turned around as the sky turned red. Heading turns, shifting gears. Helicopters and bombardiers. Only 20 miles from Invermere. Played the Ironwood night before. Had to sleep on the sound guy's floor. Give me one easy day, but things don't always go that way. Mountain town evacuees now, valley-bound refugees. Take a lane backed up for days, can't see the mountains for the haze. Hairpin turns, shifting gears. Helicopters and bombardiers. I don't think we're getting out of here. Illinois Highway Authorities advise against travel on highways 93 and 95. High amounts of smoke are causing terrible visibility. Authorities are investigating the cause of the fires, which they do believe to be arson. So safe out there, campers. It's gonna be a hot one. Long nights and deja vu. I guess it's just that thing we do. Bad coffee and painted lines, and finding poetry in highway signs. Another story from the road. Another town, another shore. Taking songs as souvenirs. Helicopters and bombardiers. Another story from the road. Another town, another shore. Taking songs as souvenirs. Helicopters and bombardiers. Helicopters and bombardiers.
Thanks, you guys. What do you think of folk music? Well, this next tune is actually the single off of our brand new album. I got into photography a little while ago, and Dale got me a camera, which is just another way to make sure we were always late to every single gig. And while we were on the road, I used to, just sort of ask him if he could pull over along the highway. And as it turned out, we were headed on our way over to Brandon. And of course, we were late for a show. And I saw this beautiful, wood tick infested field and a creek running through it. And I thought, oh my gosh, the light right now, the way the sunset is hitting it is perfect. I really want to take a picture of that. And so I said to him, do you mind whipping the car around? And he's like, Emma, we're so late. I was like, but please. I said, I really appreciate you chasing light with me. And he got this really pensive, knowing look on his face. And he turned the car around. And while I was off getting wood ticks, he wrote a song. I came back to the car and he's like, I got it done. I said, what? He's like, I got a song for you, but right now we're late to the gig. This is Chasing Light. I remember the day that I got my first camera, feeling like no one could see the things that I saw. Living in the moment, 'cause in a moment the shot would be gone. Climbing on rooftops just to capture the sunset, shoot 4 rolls of film just to see what I'd get. Staying up late to catch dewdrops glistening at dawn. And we're chasing light round all the corners and through the dark of night to the end of our last days. We're chasing light. I forgot what today was, always seeking tomorrow. Oh, because happiness and fulfillment are always just round the bend. Chasing a job or the next big promotion, a bigger garage just to put one more car in, a platinum card realized that I'd gone gray, and wishing for tomorrow turned to wishing for yesterday. Time marches on, and in my case, it left me behind. Now I'm looking at tattoos from the places I've been, and I'm looking at photos, and there's none that I made or live for today. And I promise tomorrow won't mind. And we're chasing light round all the corners and through the dark of night to the end of our last days. We're chasing light, and we're chasing light round all the corners and through the dark of night to the end of our last days. We're chasing light.
Hello! If you're just joining us, everybody, this is Live at the Roslyn. It's a show we do every single week at 8 p.m., and this is the New Customs. Everybody in the room, give it up one more time. We definitely hope that you're cheering at home as well. And we're going to be reading out some of your comments. We're going to be shouting out a couple people. And we're going to have music going for the next hour. So thank you very much for joining us. After the second song, we always got to give a quick shout out to McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC. Those guys are proud supporters of the Winnipeg music community. If you're ever looking for a car, you might as well support people that are supporting our music community. So check out McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC. Over to Emma over here. Can we start by you letting us know everybody in the band with you?
I would love to. Well, the principal members of the New Customs are, of course, the lovely Dale Brown. And me, sassy Emma. But for this one and only event, for the Live at the Roslyn, we have actually brought in Jesse Miller on electric guitar. And Dedmer Shefsema, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's awesome and from the Netherlands, so there you go.
Right on. And you just released a brand new album. You went on a tour. Tell us about the album. What's it called?
The album is called Selling Religion on Government Street, and you can hold your offense until the end. We'll explain what it's all about, but still. We just released the album back in October, and we headed out on a Western Canadian tour, which we only arrived home from about a week ago. And we are super happy to be back in Winnipeg just in time for fourth winter.
Right on. And you're going to be having a show presenting the whole album, an album release show. Tell us about that and how people can get tickets.
Absolutely. So we are having an album release show actually at a new venue in Winnipeg. It's called the Terra Theatre, and it's inside the Irish Club. But it's a soft-seater theatre, and you can get tickets if you go to thenewcustoms.com, and you can look for the tour tab. And under there are tickets on Eventbrite. Even if you Google us, it's the very first thing that comes up. And we'll also post a link in the comments here so that you guys can buy tickets directly.
Is that how they promote themselves? We're a soft-seater theater.
They don't promote themselves at all, so
No one knows about it.
nobody knows about it. So we thought, like there's a great folk music community and music community in general in Winnipeg, and we wanted an opportunity to bring people to a place that we sort of secretly discovered, and we want you guys to all see it too, because I think it's going to be really big as a great place for touring bands to come through. So we're going to test it out. So we need a lot of people to come to us and sit in those chairs. They're very comfortable, and listen to us rock out with this band, and also Daniel Pelican Hoffner from Red Moon Road will be handling bass duties that night, so it'll be a good show.
Cool. We're going to read a couple comments, then we'll just get back to some rockin'. We have Cavery sending some love from Nova Scotia. See you delinquents at the Hart House in Irishtown soon.
Ooh.
We'll see you there, Cody.
We'll see you.
We have Patricia Wild says, hello, Riley and all the village idiots. It's Mandy's mom here in England, wishing Emma and Dale a great night at the Roslyn.
Hello, Mother.
Shout out to Patricia. Thank you so much for tuning in. Flynn Morris, woohoo, loved that. She's really liking it. Flynn, throw some hearts across the screen. Everybody at home, throw some hearts across the screen if you know how to do that for the lovely New Customs. And I'm going to get you to do that all throughout the night. And also, one thing, we're going to be giving away some tickets to some shows at West End Cultural Center this Friday and Saturday to someone who shares. So if you share, we're going to randomly choose some people to go to Alex Cuba on Friday. We're going to give away 3 pairs of tickets to that. Actually, 3 tickets and 4 tickets to see Zachary Lucky and Richard Inman on Saturday. So share and spread the love for the New Customs, because you want to do that anyway, and don't forget to click like. Anyway, take it away.
Pray for rain. Said stand in the field while you pray for rain, and the magic's in the doing, so just do it again. One day soon there'll be storms in there. You'll stand in the field and pray for rain. When the words you write feed hungry mouths, and the words won't come, and your belly fills with your own self-doubt. He says, forgive me, but I've felt the same. So stand in the field and pray for rain. Some days out here you question the toil, you glare at the seeds and you'll curse at the soil. You see failure in those dusty legs. So stand in the field and pray for rain. Oh, there beneath the diesel and the dust shows the wear and the well-earned rust. But those old gears can take the strain. So stand in the field and pray for rain. Write all your lines drunk and edit them sober. But like asking a child what he'll be when he's older, he can hardly know what's in tomorrow's refrain. So stand in the field and pray for rain. Some days out here you question the toil, you glare at the seeds and you'll curse at the soil. But those old gears can take the strain. So stand in the field and pray for rain. Just stand in the field and pray for rain.
Yeah. Everybody, you are watching the New Customs live at the Roslyn. Thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure you click like and click share. It's the biggest compliment you could give the band, and we definitely want to spread the love throughout the whole world. This is a show that anybody can watch anywhere. Maybe not in North Korea and stuff like that, but we don't know. We can't control that. Boris Danelik says, keep shining, idiots. Thanks, Boris. Proud supporter of the show. Kathy Sauter says, going to gather a few friends together for the CD release. Can't wait. Everybody make sure you check that out. November 29th, CD release party for the New Customs, and it's going to be awesome. Gary Atkins says, checking in from Whitehorse, Yukon. Awesome sauce. Tell Jesse to share. Haha. Jesse, share, bud. Chris Freeman says, you guys just get better and better. Oh, I'm assuming that's for the New Custom. There's no way that's for us. So
It could be for you too.
no.
Aww.
It's all you. Of course. Amika Keller says, so if I win tickets, I guess I need plane tickets too.
Yeah, Amika, there's a sale, I think. There isn't. Just come back anyway.
So I think, Emma, were you saying maybe Amika, you'd just pay for her tickets because you love her so much?
No, but she can stay at my house.
Oh, accommodations. Jessica Toutot, my cousin, says, sounds awesome. Sharon Henderson says, I already did share. Well, that's okay, because the more times you share, we're just going to give you more opportunities to win. Right, Dale? Does that
Share
sound
and share
pretty good?
alike.
Exactly. Did you just say Sharon?
Yeah.
No.
Is that Dad?
Yeah. Yeah, I did that.
That was the worst pun. Oh my God. You get 2 points.
Sharon's been Sharon. Anyway, I see you're going to do something beautiful for us right now, so take it away.
Yeah, we're going to bring it right all the way down to the song that actually started the band. So for those of you in Winnipeg tuning in, you might know about my Prairie Kitchen party. And woohoo, yeah, that was lots of fun. I think that was last weekend, if you remind me of the time. But in 2016, Dale joined me for a Prairie Kitchen party, and immediately afterward, I abducted him and took him on the road, and we've been touring in this tiny little Kia Rio ever since. And what it was is that I had a whole group of great fiddle players on the gig, and I thought they were going to do smoking hot fiddle tunes and like burn the place down. Everyone was going to get hot and sweaty and get like their cardio points. And then Dale brought one of these hauntingly beautiful songs that I had never heard before by the late Oliver Schroer. And there was hundreds of us, both on the stage and in the audience, all of us together, just sort of breathing in unison. And then it started the wheels in my head that, oh, I might need to kidnap this guy. So we'll bring it down for you here and play A Song for All Seasons, which is on our brand new album. Dale. Dale Brown, everybody.
Not just a pretty face.
I'm just going to switch instruments again.
Yes.
I will take this as my time to start talking. I'll read a couple comments from people at home to let you guys do a changeover.
Sure.
Who's Lawrence B. Erdile?
It's my dad.
Emma's dad is watching. He says, proud dad of Emma Cloney, loving the show right now.
Thanks,
That's
Dad.
so amazing. He gets to watch. Amika Keller says, ooh, I love this song. Jackie Saunders, my mom, says, beautiful voice. We have Lisa Lane from Eagle Picks watching, and she says, awesome. Hope you like the pretty pearl blue pics we did up for you guys.
We
Love
love
the blue
them.
pics.
Can you guys see this?
Shout out to Eagle Picks. Make sure everybody checks them out on Facebook. They're proud supporters of local music and us, of course. Mandy Carrington, who's in the crowd right here, is getting mad at her mom for saying it's 2 a.m. in England. It's past your bedtime.
You got to stay up
Holy.
on special occasions, though.
Exactly. It's a special occasion. And make sure you just share this to everybody in Europe, of course, Patricia. Kimberly Adams Sinclair says, beautiful friends. Cheers from Nova Scotia.
Thanks,
It's beautiful how
Kimbers.
people can watch from all around the world. And I'll give one more reminder to everyone, then back to the music. Please click like and please click share. We're going to give away some tickets in Winnipeg here at West End Cultural Center this Friday. We have 3 tickets to Alex Cuba. And on Saturday, 4 tickets to see Zachary Lucky and Richard Inman. It's going to go to someone who shares. While you share, tag We Are the Village Idiots and tag The Space New Customs.
The
Yeah.
space new customs.
Yeah, Facebook's been weird with our tagging, so you can do either at the space new space customs or at the new customs at, and it shows up.
I've never had so much time tagging
See,
in my whole
we
life.
named our band right before Brexit, so the new customs agreements everywhere are really screwing up our SEO ratings.
Well, this next tune is also off the new album. This one was sort of inspired to write a beautiful song for my children about taking them on the journey of life. And tonight I brought them on the journey into Live at the Roslyn, so they're hanging out here with us. But yeah, so I know that people are watching in British Columbia and that people are watching in Prince Edward Island and up in the Yukon, and that is the territory in which we've toured in the last year. And while we were in Prince Edward Island, we had a brief morning off, and our host took me down to the water, which I thought was going to still be there, but I learned, for those of you who are also prairie people, water leaves sometimes, especially in the ocean. It buggers right off. And I said to her, "What are we doing down here? This is a weird time to swim." And she hands me a shopping bag, and she says, "Get to work." And I looked there, and across the red dirt, there were these beautiful, what looked like fireflies, absolutely everywhere. And what it was beach glass. Because when the old ferry boats were decommissioned, they used to just chuck all the dishes overboard. And so there was beach glass of every size and color, and I started gathering it up with an IKEA shopping bag. I was like, I'm going to make so much folk art when I get home. And while I was walking very far out into where the tide was, I had this moment where I just stopped and looked out and thought, this is the moment I'd wish my kids were here right now. Also, they could carry so much more beach glass. 30 days later, we drove across the country all the way to Powell River, British Columbia, and we were playing a set, some rip-hop fiddle tunes, and the whole crowd was dancing with their floopy pants. And then all of a sudden, at the back of the crowd, there was what appeared to be a riot. Everyone was sort of congregating and then running away towards the beach. And I was like, that's never happened at one of our shows before. And I was looking and making faces at you, and there was all kinds of commotion. And then all of a sudden, we saw flukes. There was orca whales that had come into the cove, and I feel like maybe I drew them in with all the bass on the instrument. They're like, my people. And again, I had this idea. I was like, oh, my kids, I wish they were here right now. But that Kia Rio is so small, and we simply couldn't take them on the driving tour. And so I said to Dale, I'd like to write a song for my kids, and he said, no. I said, all right. Well, I had this melody going through my head that he'd asked me to save, because it didn't turn into a song when I wanted it to. But the words that came to mind were, hey, little bird. And then it was right. Since my kids were little, I've called them my chickens, and hey, little bird was already their song. So this is about taking the people you love on the journey of life. with me, we'll fly so high in the colored sky if you come away with me. But you say you cannot go, your wings you have not tried, and you're so afraid, so afraid, so afraid to fly. If you come away with me. And hey, little bird, the things that we will see, the islands turn to ember with the changing of the leaves. We'll soar above the Rockies, cut through the mountain pass, reach the eastern shore with the beach of colored glass. If you come away with me. We will go. The salt flats of Saskatchewan, in June they look like snow. And we will chase the sunset around the westward bend, where the ocean meets the skyline and the road comes to an end. If you come away with me. Little birds can't stay on my window pane, frozen like a picture and captured in a frame. The great big world outside will just pass you anyway. So spread your wings and fly and come back again someday. Spread your wings and fly, come back again someday.
Hey everybody, you are watching the new Customs Live with Roslyn. How good is this? I see all the comments at home, and Emma and Dale, you're gonna wanna go check out those comments. And everybody at home, throw some hearts across the screen right now. Lisa from Eagle Picks is saying she's trying to do it with the beat of the songs and it's not going so well. But everybody, see if you can do it a little bit better. We're gonna take out a quick second right now to shout out everybody who's working so hard behind the scenes, because without them, none of this would be happening. First and foremost, right across the way from me, we have Mike Osakoya from Visual Soul Studios. Make sure you check out Visual Soul Studios on Instagram and on Facebook. He does amazing work. He does a lot of portrait photography, a lot of video work and all that stuff, and we're so proud to have him on our team. This is his 4th season here, and we love him a lot. Right beside me here on the couch, we have, he's no longer the new guy, we have Junior Kevin Moretz. We have 2 Kevins on our team, so we just started calling him Junior, and now that's his new nickname. But then he came up with a new one for himself. He's now Junebug. So everyone, say hi to Junebug. Say hi, Junebug.
Hi, Junebug.
He does a behind-the-scenes docu-series brought to you by our friends at McNaught Cadillac Buick GMC that comes out every single Monday. We think it's so cool that what we're doing, because it's in a living room. It's in a 110-year-old apartment. What's so cool is that he captures all the stuff before, during, and after, and there's going to be a bit of an interview portion with the band themselves. So we're so proud to have him on our team. Check out for his video. Right behind him, we have Joey Senf from J Senf Photography. She is the hardest working person in the music industry, bar none. And if you ever want to see her, check out the front row at any show in Winnipeg. It's absolutely amazing. And when we talked about Live at the Roslyn Season 4 this year, we said, Joey, what bands do you want? And she said, the new Customs. So shout out to Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
She made sure that we did it, and of course you deserve it. For sure. And right beside her, we have Atom Jaman, who is the man. He's making it look all pretty on set here. He does the lights. Oh, and he's juggling. That's glass, but it could break. Ooh. He juggles, he does lights. He also has something called 7 a.m. Farms, which is really cool. He makes kombucha, salsa, all this stuff fresh out of his farm. So check out 7 a.m. Farms on Facebook. And right beside him, we have the idiot himself, Kevin Ripe. I think there was as many boos as cheers. What do you think of that?
I must have had something to do with that theme song fiasco.
It's my fault, actually. We'll figure that. We'll talk about that later. But what you see here, everybody, it's all live. It's all live switching. That's what he's doing there on the fly. We have 4 camera angles, and it's really cool. It's an art in itself, what we're doing, and we're super proud to have him on the team. And right across from him, we have the new guy, Derek Benjamin. His company is Derek Benjamin Music, and this guy kills it. This is only his 2nd episode. Of course, last week we did Mike Ehrenberg Band. You go check that out online. But he's already fitting in really well with the team. He does great work. Go on Facebook and like his page, Derek Benjamin Music, and check it out. My name is Riley Saunders, and I'm the host every single week. And I'm just super pumped to be here, showcasing the best bands here in Winnipeg. And I know you, you behind the camera there, you just want to hear more music. So give it up for the New Customs.
Well, we wanted to play you something else off our new album, and I promise this is the last slow song, but I know you're going to appreciate it. So I think every musician in Winnipeg has to have some kind of day job as well, and that's just the reality of life. My day job's a little different than others. I'm a labor and delivery nurse, and I deliver babies here in Winnipeg. Yeah, right? New life. Congrats. But you know what it was? There was this great doctor that I worked with who was an Irish fellow who'd been around for so many generations that he'd delivered 4 generations of women in the North. And he was absolutely terrifying to all the new nurses. He would come into a room and his shuffling feet and posture would sit low and his eyebrows would precede him into a room. And all the new nurses were terrified of him, and for good reason. It's because he took no crap, exactly none. And in our very first delivery together, he didn't ask my name, he didn't look at me, he just yelled out a ton of instructions. And I tried really hard to be a good nurse. And then at the end, he reached across, and this baby was well, and the mom was well, and finally he noticed there was another person in the room, and he reached for my name tag, which was on a pull cord, and he dragged it towards himself, and he looked at it, and he said, Emma, a daughter of the Emerald Isle, will get along fine. And then he snapped it back into my chest as hard as he could. And I thought, oh my gosh, we're friends. Okay, this is great. So I put up a poster in the break room saying, hey, we're having a CD release. This was a couple years ago. And he walked into the break room just as I was walking out, and he said, what's that? And before I could say something, another doctor said, oh, that's Emma. She's our singing nurse. And I was like, oh, God. He says, prove it. Well, I'm not going to start singing right there wearing my green scrubs. So I had my phone in my back pocket, and I had my headphones, and I was listening to mixes from our new album. So I sat him in a chair, and I plugged him in. And for 6.5 minutes, there were no signs of life except for a tapping foot and eager eyebrows. He was an incredible guy, and he and 30 of his family members showed up unbeknownst to us at our CD release, filled all the front rows, and continued to show up for us again and again. And he loved to come to the unit and quote Irish poetry to me and show me YouTube videos. And always while somebody was saying, Dr. McCarthy, could you please come for delivery? And he'd say, but do you know the one that goes like this? And we went on tour, and the great Dr. McCarthy had just retired. And we got word that while we were gone, he passed away. And it was very much on our hearts because we wanted to be there for him and for his family the same way they had been there for us. And so I said to Dale, could we write a fiddle tune in honor of the Irish doctor in a Canadian way? So this is McCarthy's, and it's dedicated to everybody who is mandated tonight, who is working tonight, and to all the people who were loved and touched by Dr. McCarthy. Thank you guys so much. Let's invite the band back. That's your, that was your Torque Brewing break.
And there's a shout out. Oh, Jesse needs a torque. What kind of torque? You want a roundabout? We got a torque roundabout for Jesse. Does anyone else need a torque over there? Derek's got a torque. He's got a nice blonde.
I should probably grab a roundabout.
Dale needs a, what do you want, a Hellas or a roundabout?
Roundabout, please.
A roundabout. Is it called a roundabout or a roundabout? Yeah. Right. I'm going to read a couple comments for Mr. McCarthy there, Dr. McCarthy, because everyone really loved it. Meg Burgess said, what a sweet tribute to Dr. McCarthy and others. Ainsley Nixon says, Dr. McCarthy was amazing. Gary Atkins, who's watching up in Whitehorse, Yukon, says, I think we were all touched by Dr. McCarthy tonight. Thanks, Emma and Dale. My mom, watching all the way in Arizona, says, breathtaking. The doc would be proud. Sharon Henderson says, such great music to relax and knit to. Ainsley...
I love that. That's perfect.
That's actually what I do all the time. When I'm in my free time, I'm just knitting and watching music. It's pretty sweet. Ainsley Nixon says he's smiling on you. Flynn Morris says this is an emotional piece. There's a tear in my Guinness. Wesley, you mean your torque, of course, right, Flynn? Wesley Wakeman says that was lovely, guys. Flynn Morris says I need a torque. Oh, there we go. And everyone's asking for a torque, and they want me to mail one out. No, Amika, I'm not going to mail one out to you.
Just come here for our CD release and maybe we'll have some.
And she says any excuse for her to buy a plane ticket, she's in. So now the pressure's on her to come.
The couch is available.
And can you remind us when the CD releases so everybody has a chance to come?
It is next Friday, which is November 29th at the Terra Theatre, which is inside the Irish Club.
654 Aaron Street.
And if you can't remember any of that, then just go to thenewcustoms.com and look around. It's fun, and there's links to things.
Right on, and tell us about the album you'll be releasing.
We have released and will be celebrating our new album, which is called Selling Religion on Government Street.
Right on, so everybody check it out on all the streaming platforms and go to their album release. Anyway, take it away.
All right, so I've got a soft spot for putting out one cover song on an album, but it's going to meet a few criteria. It can't be too new or too popular. And speaking of Torque Brewing, we found this song actually at a brewery in Nova Scotia, PEI. And it got stuck in our heads, and we dragged it all the way across the country and back, and finally decided, given that we've put on like 140,000 kilometers on the Kia, the song called Never Tire of the Road seems to fit. So this is Never Tire of the Road. I was just a small town country boy when I left that dusty town. Route 66 to the westward, and I hopped an old freight down. Well, California, here I come. By my side door pulling up a sunburned thumb. They called us Okies, low down bums, and the police on us frown. Never tire of the road, never tire of the rolling wheel, never tire of the ways of the world. Way down yonder is a calling me, and the dark road leads me onward, and the highway, that's my code. The lonesome voice that I heard in my head said, never tire of the road. From California to the New York Islands, me and my guitar played in many a hobo jungle and every skid row bar. When you're standing out in the wind and the rain, that lonesome whistle is a sweet refrain. When you're waiting on some old freight train that carries an empty car. Never tire of the road, never tire of the rolling wheel, never tire of the ways of the world. Way down yonder is a calling me, and the dark road leads me onward, and the highway, that's my code. The lonesome voice that I heard in my head said, never tire of the road. Don't ever let them fool you or take you by surprise. dirty smell of the politician, or the man with the greed in his eyes. They'll rob the poor and stain the land, the blood of many on their hands. So united we must stand for the cause that never dies. Never tire of the road, never tire of the rolling wheel, never tire of the waves of the world. Way down yonder is a calling me, and the dark road leads me onward, and the highway, that's my goal. The lonesome voice that I heard in my head said, never tire of the road, never tire of the rolling wheel, never tire of the ways of the world. Way down yonder is a calling me, and the dark road leads me onward, and the highway, that's my code. The lonesome voice that I heard in my head said, never tire of the road.
Everybody, you are watching The New Customs live at the Roslyn. And if this is your first time ever tuning in, this is a show we do every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. for at least the next 6 months outside of holidays. And it's at Central Standard Time. If you want to watch any past episode, go to the playlist tab on our page, or you can go to our YouTube page, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And make sure you follow along every single week. We do have different types of music every single week, so we're not just locked to one type. We'd love for you to join in on all the fun. One question I do have for Emma and Dale is, where do you get your main influences from with the New Customs?
Good Lord, just kind of seeing what's around us. I mean, you know, Chasing Light came from the idea of, initially started with photography and then came to this idea of, you know, making sure you're in your own picture. Never Tire the Road was completely stolen. Hey Little Bird was the idea of bringing the kids along on the story of life. And we're a folk band, so occasionally we have to write a political song. You know, it's in the contract. And because we started in 2016, there was a really weird election just a little south of us. And, you know, I hate pumpkin spice. But the idea, you know, trying to think a little bit bigger, we, you know, in having a male-female band, it's really interesting writing together, because I can write a lyric that works well if I sing it. But if Emma sings it, it falls apart, and vice versa. So we try to think more about big ideas than just like me, me, me. And so with the idea of All Walls Fall, which is the song that we're going to play, we try to think about, you know, here's this guy that wants to build a wall. Okay. So what? If you look at history, it's the people that bring the walls down that tend to get looked upon favorably. So we ran with that idea, and we came up with the title track of our previous album, which is All Walls Fall.
Some I built just to divide. Some I built to keep something inside.
Around the city, around the heart, one more way to keep us apart. We'll brick by brick, and over time, they grow too high for anyone to climb.
There's two sides to every wall, and in the end, all walls fall. All walls fall. All walls fall. All walls fall anyway. Built for protection, or out of fear. All signs say stay away from here.
And remember, you're not welcome in this town.
Only love can tear them down. All the walls fall. All the walls fall. All the walls fall anyway.
Well, we give them power and we give them names. In the end, rubble's what remains.
Nothing's constant, that's okay. Just remember, at the end of the day, all the walls fall. All the walls fall. All the walls fall anyway. All the walls fall. All the walls fall. All the walls fall anyway.
Give it up, everybody, for the new customs. And at this point, we're going to keep the talking to a minimum. I know you're all happy to hear that, but I got to remind you one more time, throw some hearts across the screen, and please share this video. That's the biggest compliment that you can give. Make sure you look up the new customs on Facebook. Go like their page. Check out their show November 29th, their album release show. That's on Friday, and next Friday. And make sure you check out their brand new album on all streaming platforms. And physically, you could probably grab it off the website. Is that correct? All right. Everybody, thanks so much. We're just going to let Emma and the band do the talking from here on out.
So, people wonder about the title Selling Religion on Government Street. People thought we were a punk band for a while. But with the touring, a day off is a rare thing. So we had a day off in Victoria, BC, and when we were wandering down Government Street, which for people in Winnipeg is kind of similar to Broadway. You know, right in front of the legislature, you're right on the harbor. And there's a lot of tourists, a lot of flowers. It's a beautiful city, but there's a whole bunch of people that no one's making eye contact with, and that's the people in the khaki shorts with the dogs and the face tattoos and the dreadlocks. And it kind of became a little bit weird seeing a whole split population. And we got to the end of Government Street, and there were two young gentlemen in short white collared shirts with little black name tags, and they had a poster board out telling the good news. And that's fine enough, and we got no problem with that, but right behind them there was a family with a sign that said, "Hungry, anything helps." And as you may have figured out, Emma's a bit of a sassy one, and she looks at me and she says, "Oh, they're selling religion on Government Street." And I got this look, which Emma thought she had disturbed me. I was just mad that I didn't get to name the album. But, just this idea of these two young gentlemen were eager to have any tourists or anyone with some money in their pockets, talk to them right away, but they wouldn't do what they said they were out to do. And from there, the song kind of wrote itself.
You can decide afterward if you're offended. This is the title track of our album. This is Selling Religion on Government Street. Oh, yeah. Well, have at her in the comments, folks. And they're selling religion on Government Street, next to the homeless with nothing to eat, and the paper-lined pockets of the passers-by. Everyone vying for a piece of the pie. And the hardest working people are working for free. And and they're selling religion on government streets. And the people pay rent on the places they haunt. You can get what you need, but not what you want. And the beggars and the buskers compete. And they're selling religion on government street. In cities like this, they wear a disguise, pulling the wool over sheep's eyes, pushed all the way west until we won't see. And they're selling religion on government street. It's a paper-thin line that divides the two sides, but some fell further down in hard times, and a flockless street preacher won't accept defeat. And they're selling religion on government street. And they're selling religion on government street. Religion on government street. And they're selling religion on government street. Selling religion on government street. And they're selling religion on government street. And they're selling religion on government street. Thank you so much. How much time we got?
As long as you want.
2 weeks. Okay, let's do Trouble as last song.
This is the last song.
Okay. I gotta switch guitars,
All right.
just to cause trouble.
So, when you were talking about, influences on songs, one of Emma's favorites is someone will say one line, and that's the line that just sort of jumps out. So we were at a festival in very early days, and there was a musical compatriot who shall remain unnamed. But he was surrounded by about 3 garbage bags full of empty beer cans, and they were all his. And Emma, being a nurse and a good person overall, she looked at him kind of concerned. And he caught the look and he said, "Don't worry, I was born addicted." And she said, "You're also going to be in a song." And she just ran off and pretty much wrote this. And, but to make it not weird, instead of just writing it about this one guy, we wrote about a few different Winnipeg musicians, also nameless and anonymous, but those ones that always seem to find just a little bit of trouble in whatever corner they get into. But they're the ones that you root for and the ones you hope do well. So this song's called Trouble Follow Him No More.
You guys see if you can figure out who the verses are about.
You can leave them in the Facebook comments if you want.
You could. Are you ready? Ready? 1, 2. His offers beer, a mountain of a man, unreserved by fear. With an arm draped over his guitar, he tells me stories as he sings. And some folks ain't like other folks when it comes to these things. He's a white line philosopher and a road-wise troubadour. He's a shipwreck in a bottle, trouble follow him no more. And he's wise beyond his learning, to buy what life has in store. Oh, let trouble follow him no more. And the phone cries out at midnight, so we talk of many things. Politics, religion, till my ears begin to ring. From the front seat of the big rig, with the pedal to the steel, the scholar of the highways preaching passion from the wheel. He's a white line philosopher and a road-wise troubadour. He's a shipwreck in a bottle, trouble follow him no more. And he's wise beyond his learning, to buy what life has in store. Oh, let trouble follow him no more. Spoken words, they envelop me like smoke. And he tells me of the prisons as he takes another toke. Sees the soul inside a man regardless of their crime. Oh, the jailhouse poet pioneer says we're all doing time. He's a white line philosopher and a road-wise troubadour. He's a shipwreck in a bottle, trouble follow him no more. And he's wise beyond his learning, to buy what life has in store. Oh, let trouble follow him no more. He's a white line philosopher and a road-wise troubadour. He's a shipwreck in a bottle, trouble follow him no more. And he's wise beyond his learning, to buy what life has in store. Oh, let trouble follow him. Oh, let trouble follow him. And oh, let trouble follow him no more. Woohoo! That was a great dance party back there.
Ain't no party.
We said we said that was gonna be the last song. Does anybody here want an encore? Does everybody at home want an encore? Hey, I heard people at home. This is spreading out. Everyone in Winnipeg, that's a huge cheer. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We do this every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. If you want to watch any other of these shows in the past that we've had 78 episodes, go to our YouTube page, click subscribe, and check out all seasons of Live at the Roslyn. And of course, on the playlist tab on our Facebook page. But we're gonna get the band to play one more song. Is that okay? Is that okay, everyone? Chant it then. One more song. One more song. One more song. Two more songs. All right, everybody. Every single week, the encore of Live at the Roslyn is brought to you by Quest Music. Those guys are huge supporters of Winnipeg music and the Village Idiots. They got 2 locations here in Winnipeg, one in St. Vital, one in Portage. If you need any musical needs like instruments, lessons, all that fun stuff, make sure you check out local. We're all about supporting local, and we're gonna be here next week. I mean, now I say we're all about supporting local. Next week, the guys from Halifax. But anyway, we have Rich O'Coin. He's been touring the world, and we're so stoked to spread this out throughout Canada, and we have ritual coins, so tune in then. But for now, give it up one more time for the new customs.
All right. This is going to be kind of a world premiere, though it's happened before. So when we started the band, Emma saw the tattoos and the fiddle and the beer-drinking nature and said, "You know some fiddle tunes. Teach me how to play fiddle tunes." And I said, "Okay, it's not very hard. Just keep up."
It was such a rude answer. I was like, there's no instructions in anything you just said.
And so we developed this game for Emma to learn how to play along with Irish tunes. Is I shout out keys, and she keeps up.
This is an excellent opportunity for a dance party to erupt.
But we would do this every show after someone saw us doing it backstage and said, "You have to do that on stage." But I kept coming back to this particular kind of set of tunes just because they worked the best and there was fewer train wrecks than the rest. And so I think we're calling this one Keep Up.
Yeah.
Officially. And keep an eye on us for around St. Patrick's Day if you need a little extra dance music.
All right, let's get evicted. No.
All right.
Before we start, I just want to say a super awesome special thank you to everyone from the Village Idiots for having us here. This is actually a Winnipeg musician's dream come true. So,
Can we have another big hand for Jesse and Dedmer?
all right, now if it wasn't hot enough already,
Are you good to go?
I'm paying attention if that's what you mean.
Great. 1, 2, 3.
much.
Everybody, that was the New Customs live at the Roslyn. Give it up for them. We are here every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a brand new artist. Make sure you check it out. Like our page, like the New Customs page. Check their CD release, or the album release show, November 29th at, what's it called again, Emma?
It's called the Terra Theater.
The Terra Theater here in Winnipeg. And check out their album on all streaming platforms. We're done for today. See you later.